3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the show!
So now we're talking about all sorts of stuff. Valerian, actors, all this stuff. Plebiscites, people, all those places. Korea, Trump, it's all happening. Listen.
That went better than I thought. It actually made me go out of breath because I couldn't breathe in between the songs. I got the sound on my thing again because I do that every week.
Every week.
It's a tradition
You're
now.
getting an echo on the live. That's why.
Echo.
Production.
Production.
Thanks for joining us if you're live. If you're not, we go live every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. depending on whether or not I forget how to change the settings or not. Speaking of settings, we are group settings. I'm Ali.
I'm Ye Chan.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jono.
Welcome to episode 54. We got 4 sizzling topics this week. Number 1, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Spoiler-free talk. We're definitely going to spoil it a little.
Can we spoil it?
Spoiler talk.
I don't.
Maybe not. It hasn't even come out here yet.
Yeah. Okay. It came out today. It's a bit early to spoil something the day of it coming out. Okay. Number 2, North Korea.
What's up?
Yeah. Number 3, plebiscite.
Love that word.
What's the hashtag for plebiscite?
Hashtag
plebiscite.
No way. It's such a gross word, eh? Every time I see it, I'm like, is that some sort of
It's a
drug?
plebiscite. I thought it was plebiscide. With a D.
Nope.
Definitely not.
Plebiscite. It's like when you murder heaps of plebs.
Number 4, the mozzarella burger. No, mozzarella zinger from KFC.
What?
I got an
Zinger
inside look at it.
mozzarella.
By inside look, I mean I put it inside of me.
Gross.
Yeah.
Through your mouth?
Well, hopefully, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Suppository.
Now, guys,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
can you give me some movie review intro music?
Movies.
We're talking movies. Now, Jono and I saw Valerian
We did.
last night.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it started well
Uh-huh.
because I had a burrito.
Ooh.
And
In the movie.
if you've got a burrito in my hands, there's not much you can do to make me angry. I got chicken and chorizo, you know, the mix from Mad Max.
Loves having a good burrito in his hands.
It goes together so well. 2 different kinds of meat in the same thing.
On one hand.
Do you
I was
two-hand
double-handing
your
it.
burritos? Ooh.
Peeling down the foil.
Double-handing the double meat.
I don't need to like vegetables, but I got some lettuce on it because I'm trying to be more healthy.
Literally just water.
Good
It's
water.
some fiber though.
Water's,
There's fiber to push
water's
out all
good
that
for you,
heat.
right?
Jeez.
Is water bad for you?
No, it's not.
Unless you're in a bad country, right? Sorry, too real. We're not talking about that.
Or if you drown.
Anyway,
So,
that's not good.
we got in there. Valerian. I really liked it.
Oh.
And I also really hated it.
Oh.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
I
So-
think I just really hated it, but probably for the same reasons.
We're going to be about medium level spoilers. So if you're really looking forward to it,
Medium
I'd
rare.
probably skip this part because we're kind of going to trash it.
It doesn't matter though.
Sound
It's
the
not a
spoiler
movie
horn.
where the spoilers
Chris?
will matter. Don't worry about
There
it.
actually isn't a lot of story.
Yeah, there's not it's not what it's about.
What's terrible about it isn't a spoiler.
Yeah. Okay. What's good about it first? Because we should start on a high.
Almost everything.
Wow.
Like the setting is awesome. The special effects are incredible. The ideas in it are just hectic. There's so much. So the idea of the City of 1,000 Planets it's like a UN of the universe that started as an international space station in the world.
If you've
Of
played Mass
Earth.
Effect, it's like the Citadel, but humans started it.
Yeah.
So the story is like, this isn't a spoiler. It's like the start of the movie. The International Space Station keeps growing, and then 30 years, these aliens come visit it, and they share their technology, and it keeps growing, and then more aliens come. So all the nationalities Earth, and then all these aliens have grown and made it really big, and it becomes so big they have to push it out of orbit from Earth because it's too big for Earth. So it just becomes its own free-floating thing in space that's heaps of different alien species all together living.
It's like the Galactic Empire.
Yeah, but it's so all the different parts of the ships are like different kinds of planets because there's so many different kinds of aliens.
Like
But not like
Zootopia.
not like in charge of anyone.
It actually is a
its
lot
own
like
thing.
Zootopia.
It's not a galactic empire because it's not in control of all these other planets.
It's just where everyone comes to
But
hang
they
out.
are
Yeah,
they are
basically.
a federation though, so
Yeah.
they are kind of like that. But they're not like an evil federation.
So it's like the
Is there such a thing, Ali?
It's actually like it's so much like Fifth Element. It's like it's pretty much a sequel without having anything to do with it.
What?
Yeah.
In-
So anyway, the place is like beautiful. Like the city is awesome. The universe that they exists in is really diverse, really imaginative. The aliens all look different. They're not all humanoid.
And a lot of them are puppets too, which is awesome. Like they're not just CGI cutting everything in.
So it looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks really good. But it's made in France, right?
I don't know.
he's a French guy.
Yeah, it's a French guy, and I think it was produced in France, so it's pretty impressive.
So it's
I
a
didn't
French
know
movie.
every country had such good CGI capabilities, but I guess they do.
I don't think it matters with country with that
Well,
stuff.
wouldn't they just get a company to do it? That's not based
I think
in
the
France?
company was in France.
Oh,
though, 'cause
really?
I think
Okay.
the idea was that they did everything in France.
That's cool.
It was French produced, independently funded.
Wow.
Yeah,
So it's
really expensive though.
it's very much. I keep having this analogy in my head, and it just works really well for this movie. In that it's a very much awesome in the way that anime movies are awesome, but it's terrible in the way that anime movies are terrible at the same time. Can you guess what that is, Ye Chen? As someone who hasn't seen this,
Is it that it creates an awesome world that you would want to be in, but people are weird?
sort of.
Started so strong.
It's more
Anime people are
We
weird.
should just get to it. It's beautiful, but the characters suck.
no. The two main characters suck.
Those are the only two.
Every
characters you
other
care about.
character
You're
in it
forced to sit with them
is
the
awesome.
entire movie.
Yeah. So like every person they talk to, you're like, I hope that person becomes the main character because I actually like him and I actually like her.
Yeah.
And it suffers from anime thing of like the world's so awesome, they're doing such interesting things, there's so many cool ideas,
Yeah.
but the main character's dull and overpowered.
That's Dane DeHaan.
Sounds
Yeah.
a lot like Bleach.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's like if it's very similar to what Hayden Christensen was in Star Wars, like the original Star Wars, like the prequel Star Wars movies. In that he was really bad acting, like dull, didn't really emotionally respond to anything that was happening to him, didn't really seem connected into the story in any way.
What a great comment. Ellie Pearson says Chris needs a coffee, and
Haven't seen the movie yet,
That's awesome. Come on, Chris.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
don't hit the table.
Well, I need a coffee. Dane DeHaan looks like Leonardo DiCaprio when he was a kid,
He does not.
except ugly.
Okay,
Fair.
you steered back into my opinion. So
And Cara Delevingne is an interesting looking person also.
yeah, they definitely. I like. You want to commend them for not going with the normal kind of looking attractive people, but at the end of it, you kind of wish they did, because
There's a reason they cast
So, hold on.
charismatic, good looking people.
yeah,
Is there
because the main character kind of needs to be dull in this because it's such an interesting world.
No, he doesn't.
So I feel like
Disagree with
it would have
that
been
so
it would have been so hard to have a good, interesting character in the middle of this. I think.
Wouldn't it need to be
'Cause
extra
think-
exciting?
Think about Fifth Element. That the main guy in that is just a military dude. There's nothing else to him.
But he's like snarky and cool and
yeah, he really tries to be that in this.
Bruce Willis has like 1 billion times more personality than Dane DeHaan does in this. I don't agree that he has to be dull. There's no reason for it.
No,
The
I'm
whole
saying
time he
I'm
just-
saying the character's dull, but you can easily watch Bruce Willis because he's interesting even when he's not doing anything.
Yeah, this guy's not interesting.
Yeah.
This guy's extremely boring, and the world he's in is extremely interesting. So you're just stuck looking at this boring guy going, why am I looking at this boring guy when everything else that's happening I would much rather be looking
Yeah.
at?
And she's definitely not as bad, but because they're so hitched to each other, you can't really.
Best part of the movie is when he's not in it.
Yeah. Actually, there was one part where she's chasing him. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. They're turning the chick into the main character, and then she runs back into him. Like, straight
And
away.
there's no like payoff. Like he runs back into it. Like, he was still like he doesn't change through the entire movie. You know, you expect a main character to go through some kind of arc. No arc.
No, but he learnt things.
No, he didn't learn anything. He's still a jerk at the end, and he was a jerk at the start.
Oh.
Is there a story? Did people fight?
Was there a dark
sort
overlord?
of. So there's no real identifiable bad guy throughout it, which is also bad because like you don't have any hate to go towards a bad guy, so it's just all going towards the main character that you can't stand, and it just can't. It honestly it builds over the movie, like your hate for the main character because he's just so annoying.
Rihanna's really good when she comes in, but she's in it for a really intensely short amount of time. So it's just like, I don't like, why wasn't she in for more of the movie?
I like that
as intensely
because one of my favorite things about the movie is it was almost like 20 short stories in one movie.
Did she have an umbrella?
No. Oh wait,
she had a hoop.
Yes.
Did she have diamonds?
She's like a transforming thing.
Did she find love in a hopeless place?
Sure.
She actually did.
Oh wow,
It's funny you say
that's
that.
really interesting.
Yeah, a really hopeless place.
I think she found love. Anyway.
Yeah. Frig. Like, it was so... It could have been such an awesome movie.
I think if you're going to watch this movie, go see it in 3D in the biggest, like, cinema you can. Yeah.
Is it out
because
in
it looks
IMAX?
really good. It does look really good.
Okay.
But you won't care about anything that's happening. Because it's happening to the main character. Like, there's no tension because you're never worried about him. Like, he doesn't have any struggle with anything he does.
Yeah.
He just kind of gets through it.
Well, the first 20 minutes is pretty perfect because he's not in it.
Yeah.
And you know how... I actually give this movie a lot of props in not just kind of skating over the intro of the world. So, you know, sci-fi movies, they usually just give you a paragraph of text. Even Blade Runner is a victim of this. Instead of, like, showing you the world, it, like, tells you the world.
Ugh.
And it's pretty complicated. Like, that space station thing we just did took us, like, 5 minutes to explain.
Yeah.
But they spend 10 minutes of, like, footage, not like, this is old TV news, we're going to show you in a montage. Like, it's not that. It's, like, heaps of scenes with heaps of characters and heaps of different species and stuff, and it, like, works really well. And it sets the tone really well. And the tone's exactly the same as Fifth Element, as in, like, it's kind of over the top. People dying doesn't really matter. So...
Do you think, like, Luc Besson, he's, like, got all these awesome ideas for all these aliens and stuff, and he just chucked them all in there and hope for the best?
No, because it's based off a book.
I was just about to
It's
say,
based off
is
like
it
it's based off a book that apparently inspired a lot of movies and things that you see now.
Right.
It's actually older than them. So if you think that it's just copying what other movies have done, they were actually copying the source material that this is from.
I feel like every science fiction thing that came before Star Wars says that.
Apparently,
Is
this is
it-
actually quite old.
Okay.
Is
So-
the book called Valerian? Like it's the actual
Yeah.
story? Okay.
Which...
Valerian and Laurelin.
Yeah, Valerian's his name, which that was a shock to me when I first found it. I was like, I thought that would be... It's such a cool word. You'd think it would be like a planet or something.
So it's like Harry Potter and the kind of a title.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this movie if it was like Han Solo and Leia instead of the two main characters? But like from the original Star Wars, kind of like that. feel like that's the dynamic they were going for.
Yeah.
That like there's no chemistry between these two. There's supposed to be a romance between them, but there's like the whole time. You know that one character at the start who kind of flirts with the chick? One of the soldiers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he does that thing. That was more chemistry in that moment than the entire time with the...
Yeah. And then he
two
had more
characters.
chemistry with Rihanna for the 2 minutes she was on thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
It was just,
How could you not?
It's... And then, like, as soon as it hits, they're together, and he's like, I want to love you. And he's telling her that. It's not like showing you that.
That is beautiful.
So they go from such a beautiful intro of showing you what this story is, what this universe is, and then it's like, I love you, I want to marry you.
I want to love you.
And it's not showing you that, it's telling you that.
Can I be
He's telling her
Can I
that.
be slightly spoilery with the female alien from the start? How is that too much spoiler to say that she was in him?
Excuse me?
Whoa.
Is it?
Just do it.
Just go for it.
You'd think you would notice that through how he's behaving, right? You'd expect that was an important enough plot point that he'd somehow behave different. I thought they'd make a bigger deal about the fact that there was an alien in him, like an alien soul was in him, like the whole time. The only reason you know it is because he says it with like dialogue.
Yeah.
It never shows you that.
That one seems like it changed in the post or something, because there's scenes where it's a lot more important than it is in other scenes for no reason.
But like he's a jerk. But imagine if his personality was changed because the alien was in him. So he'd actually go through some kind of arc where he's like, he's a jerk. Oh, now he's being less of a jerk, and he doesn't know why.
They could have got away with it.
And then he could have realized what it was like to not be a jerk, and that could have been his arc. But instead, it was like he just at some points goes, "I think there's an alien in me," and then the alien helps him find the thing that he needs. And then once he's finished,
He's
the
back to
alien
being
just
a
goes,
douche.
and he's still a douche.
Maybe that's the moral of the story. Just use things until
Douche
you
is a
don't need
douche.
them anymore.
Once a douche, always a douche.
I did wonder if maybe it's because it's French, and his mannerisms just don't come across. Like, he's directed by a French person, it's a French movie. Maybe the way he's behaving isn't so douchey there.
The British guy is so good in it, though. So is Clive Owen. Everyone else is so good in it. Ethan Hawke's great.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Even the CGI aliens are really good. I've never, like, physically gone to someone next to me and gone, this is the scariest alien I've ever seen.
Did see that.
But I go to John, I'm like, that alien's freaking me out, man.
And it was also simultaneously the funniest scene in the movie, but it was really disturbing.
Like, the way its face was moving
Yeah.
was so off-putting.
And it was but it was very expressive. And when you've been looking at these dull people for the entire time, and then you see this really expressive alien that's like showing more emotion in an alien face than the human character was managing with a human face.
Maybe they did it on purpose so that the aliens look better.
None of this was on purpose. This should have been a good movie. Stop saying that. There's no conspiracy here. It's just really disappointing. And I want people to see it because I don't want this guy to lose money.
Yeah, I wish they made more of these movies where an alien is the main character, not humans.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
I think it's probably for the... I don't know. We don't really... Like, it's hard to make people relate to an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
District 9.
It's hard enough to make a woman the main character.
I'm trying to think of a movie that has tried to make an alien a main character that isn't, like, a human-looking alien.
District 9.
To be fair with women, I don't think it is that hard. I think they just go...
He turns into an alien.
I
He
was
isn't an
being
alien
sarcastic.
in District 9.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
It's hard to tell because he's sleepy, so it's like
You're sleepy.
everything seems sarcastic.
Cool.
Yeah, get a coffee. Far out.
Go drink some coffee, bro.
I don't even like coffee.
Wake up, mate. So, watch or don't watch?
If it's really, it does look really good. Just don't expect to be like invested in the character.
How many cities would you give it out of 1,000 planets?
500.
500 cities out of 1,000 planets.
Right in the middle.
I'd give it 1,000 and then crash and burn 500 of them.
So you give it to it and then take it away.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because I was so on the incline at the beginning of this movie to, like, going...
You're
I
really into
already like this movie.
Yeah.
until it flashes, and then you're with him, and then you're like, this guy's a jerk.
Would you say it could have been so much more?
Yeah.
So you just want the city of 1,000 planets, no Valerian end.
How
I want,
was it at
I
the
want
end? when you
Valerian to be Keanu Reeves or someone.
You want
He
Neo
does
and 1,000
sound
planets.
like Keanu Reeves in the trailer.
Nah,
He's
no.
trying to be.
Yeah. Like
No.
Keanu Reeves impersonator.
Totally.
The movie sounds like Matrix Reloaded, where you love the world but the main character's a bit dull.
Yeah.